Okay, can everyone hear me now? We're good.
Yes.
Across the board, yes. Okay. My Discord needed to be updated. The minute... Just to make me a liar, right? I got Discord to work. Haha, no you didn't. Okay. Holy Christ. You guys, as I said before, thank you for waiting for us. We're about a half hour behind. Next time I'll get some like stream animation or something going so you'll actually have something to look at and make noise while you're waiting, but work on it. Working on it. You guys are awesome. Let's get into this. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to do background music from now on, considering if we're not gonna use the Roll20 jukebox, I might be stuffed unless I can work out something else. Baby steps, one thing at a time.
Baby driver.
All right.
Let's wait on the speaker's chance.
No, I'm just gonna have to be way super more interesting.
360 Xbox Live style.
Previously, on the last episode of Savage City, Vampire the Masquerade, you all were summoned to the Succubus Club for a meeting with Madame Abigail Zarova, the Ventru Primogen, and Aidan Brock, the Toreador Primogen. And they informed you that certain vessels have gone missing from where El Fuego and Rafael Rosales make their havens in Spanish Town. And not wanting to draw the attention of the Second Inquisition to your homes, they suggested it might be mutually beneficial for you two and your coterie to look into it. Meanwhile, Kolizhnikov, you had a very clandestine meeting with Jonathan, I believe his name is Jonathan Osborne of Clan Tremere. It's in my notes fucking somewhere.
Oh shit, I need my paper, don't I?
Your character sheet, that would help.
I'm all tangled.
Can you still hear my recap, or should I yell louder?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just tangled in wires.
Wasn't sure how far away you are from the computer.
I have headphones.
We forget that Tom is hooked up to the Matrix sometimes.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Mr. Osborne seems to have it in his head that the Gangrel might have it in for the Tremere Primogen, one Mr. Heinrich Stoltz. After the terrible, terrible blow that the Tremere Chantry suffered at the hands of the Second Inquisition, their political power is in a great state of flux and a great state of danger, and losing Herr Stoltz could make things significantly worse for them. They have contracted you and your very unique set of information gathering skills to find out exactly who they might have put on the target of Stoltz, and indeed what sort of special relationship the Nosferatu might have with the Gangrel, considering no power is going to change hands in the city whilst the Nosferatu are in their court.
I have a very specific set of skills.
I expect... I try to avoid it every time, but I always do expect the Taken meme to pop up every time I say, Xavier, why the hell are you flickering?
That's a weird thing to think of that about.
It's flickering now.
Huh, that is weird.
It's a grudge. Don't worry about it.
Might be an issue with the webcam. I'm reluctant to tell you to reset it, because I might have to finagle some stuff. If it ends up being bad for the rest of the session, then we'll work on it. Fucking baby steps. Look at that video quality. We're so pretty. Cause see what I was doing before. I wanted the widescreen so it would look professional, right? Because that's what all like the big time streamers do. Oh hey, now Josh is flickering. We solved the problem, guys.
I passed my curse on to another.
Unfortunately, I had no idea how to actually fix that or how to actually do that. So what I did was I zoomed the Roll20 endos in real far on OBS, so it kind of looked widescreen. It just kind of looked zoomed in and shitty. This is so much better. I'm happy. Anyway, when you had left Madame Zarova, you had asked for basically her child, her underling, a one Juan Delgado, who was stationed in Spanish Town and who was the one who originally alerted her to the disappearances. You had asked for his address. She gave you the address to a home, sort of on the outskirts of the neighborhood, a small, squat, single-story building. And this is where you find yourselves tonight. This is still the same night. No one needs to rouse blood. However, if you spent willpower last session, please heal any superficial willpower damage according to the highest of your resolve or composure.
I think I'm alright.
I'm good.
I'm also okay.
I think I'm good, yeah.
Okay.
So we learned about Juan Delgado. What about his cousin, Haas?
Haas has a very lucrative career somewhere in Cartoon Network. At least he used to.
I hear he's dealing with the final house right now.
That's funny. All right. So, first of all, how do you collectively leave the succubus? Do you all pile in the same car? Because Klizhnikov took a taxi here. Annabelle was already here. We never really established how you got here, and I think
It's an Uber, but yeah.
Oh, Uber? Okay.
Yeah.
God damn it, phone.
Bang. Why do you have your ringer on ever? Oh boy.
Honestly, because it causes issues for me if I don't have it on, and then because part of my job for CAFCON is being the PR guy, and if I miss social media stuff, then it's a problem. What are you doing? You piling in a car? You walk in there? You steal a bicycle?
El Fuego and I, we take our horses back. Duh.
Ah, yes, I'll take my tank.
Are you actually is riding horses in Baltimore something that people actually do, baby?
No.
Hey, it happens here. You can't blame me for.
Well, it's an tuning for sure, yeah, but
You cannot blame me for asking. It happens down here. I'm sure there's some weird hillbillies up there too.
No, we're gonna go to Spanish Town, so we're gonna ride our donkeys back.
Ride that ass.
I'll ride my Gundam then.
Oh my god.
Damn it, Adam.
Also, to our wonderful friends in the stream chat, hello, and welcome.
We're already down to 10. Yes. Started at 15.
I saw 16 earlier, but
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was too optimistic.
Rub salt in that wound.
Let's not turn this into a game of golf. So anyway,
I like golf.
it's kind of a serious question. How do you get there?
We're probably gonna have to either commandeer a car or
None of us have the resources for a vehicle.
yeah, I don't think.
Not that it would fucking matter.
I guess we're either gonna call like an Uber or a taxi.
Okay, so you all pack into a single vehicle of some type, and eventually your chosen transportation rolls up onto the address of which you were given. And again, a small, squat, humble, single-story dwelling. There's a chain-link fence that wraps around the property. What do you do?
Well, I think El Fuego is just gonna go up and kind of pull the
Knock
chain
on the
off. This
door.
is the house we're supposed to be looking at, right?
Right. As you exit the vehicle, you see these two rather muscular dogs. You're not quite sure. They're probably some kind of mix. They sort of look like maybe something between a Doberman and a Husky as they come trotting up, and they start baring fangs, start growling from the depths of their throat. They don't look terribly happy to see visitors on the premises.
When you said muscular dog, I just thought of the dog from fucking Tom and Jerry. The fucker, the fucker was like shadow boxing.
Does anybody here have animalism?
No, but I have
No.
Dawn.
So do I. I also have a gun.
Are you gonna kill a dog?
If I
Because I
have to.
gotta tell you, Russians killing dogs does not go well.
What?
I don't know. So,
It's a John Wick reference.
Oh, right.
No, I guess somebody intimidate these dogs, or else Fuego's gonna have to try to choke them out.
Rip
I
their
feel like
nuts
things
off.
have escalated significantly, but by all means, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna activate Dawn.
Oops. Actually, you know what? That might not matter anywhere. Huh. Accidentally
Oh, okay.
opened Chrome. You're gonna what now?
I'm just gonna activate Dawn.
Okay.
And
So
is that
Daunt
just one
does
for
not
you?
cost a rouse check. I believe it adds your presence dots to all of your intimidate.
Mm-hmm.
Aha! See, Mazzy, these dogs have already been fixed, so we can't rip their nuts off. So what do you do? To
So
try and-
why are they still so aggressive? It's probably the breed, isn't it?
what do you do to try and spook these animals away from the fence?
No, you can't say that.
So a hot dog. Come on, guys.
Just throw a hot dog.
I will also growl at them.
Okay. How about a manipulation intimidation roll? Oh, hey, those are actually two things on the sheet. I got it right for once. Use the doorknob on the dogs. Oh my god, I love that. And nobody gets that but me. So,
Rather presumptuous of you, but go on.
did you watch my stream last night?
No, nobody gives a shit.
Then nobody gets it but me, do they? So last night I got tired of Vampire, so I streamed Monster Prom with Raven, which I've got another separate funny story about that, but that's like Capcom business. And before that, while I was waiting for Raven to get ready, I streamed the Dracula point and click. That the flickering is driving me crazy, but we'll figure it out later. I streamed the Dracula point and click game from like 1999. Absurd fucking logic through the window. I have no idea where to go. The closest I figured out was to push a chest of drawers so I could stand on it to find a doorknob that was hidden in the rafters that doesn't go to any door in the room. And now the efficacy of the doorknob haunts my nightmares.
I got one success.
One success. That's
Oh,
probably
that makes sense.
enough for the dogs to sort of like be taken aback a bit as this. Maybe you let a little bit of the beast forth, and you give this really animalistic growl. They're taken aback a bit. They're not quite as aggressive, but they're still
And
kind
they
of
mark
ready.
the area with my scent.
You just piss your pants?
This is the sidewalk.
Just take a shit. You're like, it's in my house now.
No,
bro.
it's how I fast travel. You piss, and it's just like, this area is now yours. You can come to this point anytime.
So whatever you peel on a plane, just
Actually, you know what? That would be pretty fucking funny if that's how it worked in the werewolf video game. Piss on it. Outpost claimed.
wolf piss.
All right, so the dogs back up a couple paces, but they're still eyeing the coterie warily. The fence itself will open without too much of an ado. You push it back, and the dogs will take another step or two as the four of you funnel through to the door.
Awesome. I'm gonna give a quick walk around the house, as quietly as I can.
Excellent, excellent. How is your awareness?
My awareness. Let's see where that is. I got 3 dots in that.
3 dots. Okay, so you don't even have to roll. As you're walking around the house, you can hear that there's some sort of like noise going on, maybe some kind of music, and eventually as you turn the corner, you can see the blue light of a television flashing. Inside the living room, the blinds aren't particularly drawn. Inside the living room, there are 2 gentlemen of particularly well-built stature that are just kind of sitting around drinking beers, watching the television. There's a couple lights on in different rooms. Would you give me, since you're trying to be quiet, how about a dexterity stealth? And I'm going to call this a difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3.
Now, if necessary, because you are blood potency 1, I believe you can rouse the blood for an extra 2 dice on any roll.
I'll hold off on that. That is 3 successes.
3 successes. Excellent. So El Fuego, despite being this massive Latin man of great muscular girth, yeah, you are actually able to slink and sneak around the house, and every once in a while the dogs will give a little bit of a, but it's half-hearted at best, huh?
So she's sneaking around like Scooby-Doo style with the like little arms in the air.
His little arm in the
so
air.
People can't recognize me.
You have a different mask on. It's still a luchador mask. It's just a different mask.
Rey Mysterio, the murderer.
Are you looking for anything in particular as you're going around the house?
No, it's mostly scoping out who's inside.
You can see those 2 gentlemen sitting in the living room. There is another light on from what might be an office, given its location in the center of the house.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to my compatriots and explain to them what I saw.
Okay. Holy fuck, El Fuego is the stealthy one. I didn't see that coming.
Excuse me? I haven't tried yet.
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. I forget you have, like, hojillions of breaking and entering skills.
Rather presumptuous of you, Chaz.
Who taught us blood potency, Sol? That's a mechanic in V5. All right, you return to the coterie.
No. So we're trying to extract information from these guys, right?
No. This is a location of one of Primogen Zarova's childer.
Oh, okay. I thought we were in a different place.
This is the fucking haven of some vampire.
Oh, I was about to go in and start beating people up. That would have been a fun step.
I mean, you can still do that. No one's going to stop you because, well, quite frankly, I don't think most of us can.
Just knock on the door. First person to open it, grab their head, smash it into my knee.
Go to the fridge, eat their food.
No, doesn't seem like there's anything particularly dangerous.
Those
It's
dogs?
willing to just go knock on the door at this point.
All right, is El Fuego taking the initiative to knock on the door, or are you sending somebody else? I don't know. I don't want to say more personable because I have no idea. Your social stats might be through the fucking roof. You're El Fuego.
No, I'm pretty average and social. I'll knock on the door.
All right. You knock on the door. Door swings open after a moment or two, and one of the muscled gentlemen in a black wife beater sort of looks you up and down, cocks an eye. Because you're still wearing the mask, right?
Yes.
Can you give me a roll of charisma and fame, please?
Oh boy. Charisma fame.
Turns out the person's a Girl Scout.
4 successes.
Had it coming.
4 successes. So the guy immediately he comes up with this stony-faced, very hard-assed visage, and then you see his eyebrows go up, and it's like, El Fuego?
Si, it is I, El Fuego.
What the hell are you doing here? Hey, Jimmy, it's El Fuego! And the other guy comes running up. Oh, El Fuego! Hey, you were awesome. I saw you, and he starts nerding out, and the other guy in the black wife beater just kind of backs him up a little bit. You in the neighborhood for a reason?
Yes, I am here to see somebody here.
Oh. You're here because of Zarova, right?
Si, that is who I am looking for.
Yeah, no problem. Let me go talk to the boss. Come on in. You want a beer? Can we get you a beer? And he'll welcome you in and then immediately try to shut the door behind you.
Oh, please, can you allow mi amigos to come in?
Joke's on them. I'm already inside.
So you get the beer. You're like, This isn't Russian.
No,
All right.
they walk through a doorway looking for Zarova, right? And then just Kalishnikov is in a corner of the room.
Spider. He's in the bathroom already.
Did you actually want to try and sneak in undetected, Tom?
I kind of do because that's funny.
Hey, but careful, Tom. You might do it too well.
Oh shit! How are we gonna roll now?
What do you mean?
D20? Roll 20?
I mean, you can just use normal dice. Do you have your dice on you?
No.
Huh.
I mean, you could still use roll 20.
I guess so.
I was almost down to be like, you know what? We're gonna run this fucker dice list, fucking LARP style, throw chops.
Yeah, Tom.
I only do LARP style if it's full contact.
Sky Bandit, hey Anai, how's it going? Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are fans of the Hentai Literature Club, our dear friend Sky Bandit is Anai, and I believe she gave me permission to. I don't want to say out her. That seems. As far as I know, I have permission to say that Sky Bandit's Anai.
It's too late now.
You can't go back in
It's just like you did, but I guess you do now.
All right, what are you doing, Tom?
Oh yeah, fuck it. I'll try to sneak in.
All right, what's your plan of
From
entry?
the back
Cardboard
door.
box. Oh.
The cardboard box.
You just come out of the pantry in the kitchen.
I'll tell you what, the back door is locked. However, there is a dog door.
Fuck it, let's do it. Let's have fun.
But it's
Okay.
locked.
Exactly where I was expecting.
It's locked.
The dogs have the key. Gotta go suplex them.
I mean, it's a
I'll do
large
it.
breed dog. I'm assuming you can get through.
Now, are you trying to do so quietly?
Yes.
Wolf,
right.
I am dog.
I fucking love this. Anyway, give me a dexterity stealth, please. And this one's going to be a difficulty 4 because I've actually done this before.
Okay.
I thought I locked myself out of the house. I went through the dog door, and about 5 minutes afterwards realized I had a key to the door. Moral of the story is it's not quiet.
Yeah, but see, Chaz did it, not the KGB infiltrator.
That's a damn good point. What were you going to say, Tom?
And does my specialty in break-ins apply?
Absolutely.
What do specialties do again?
+1 die.
All right, so then...
Not as cool.
Yeah. That's a lot of things.
Now, please don't forget, I can't see your dice anymore. So, honor system. Naughty Crumbum, good evening. How's it going, buddy?
And one more for the specialty? Yes.
Should I roll some dice in front of my mic just for aesthetic noise?
I mean, that's entirely up to you, my friend. Okay, so you are basically, in a move that would put a few Russian gymnasts to shame, you go like head first, shoulder, other shoulder, and you twist your body in such a way, almost defying gravity, that you slither through this dog door without touching anything more than the plastic of the flap.
I imagine it was very JoJo-like.
You find yourself in a sort of dimly lit, drab, depressing kitchen. A yellow bulb throws its sort of uninspired hue against the wood and linoleum. You can hear the TV going in the living room. You can hear the two men greeting and kind of fanboying over El Fuego. What would you like to do at this point?
I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat, and fucking Chris's last comment caught me off guard. Anyway.
You give men hard-ons, Tom. I don't know what's confusing about that.
Well, I'm assuming they're gonna go wait or they're gonna see us to the living room. So I'll just go take a seat there.
Okay, so here's what happens. The one of the fanboys, as they're fawning over El Fuego, they'll hand you a beer. Wait right here. We'll go get the boss. Let him know you're here. He disappears for a second. Then you see Kalishnikov just come strolling out of the fucking kitchen in the back.
You have no vodka.
Breaks neck.
As you emerge, the other dude, instantly, his head turns away from El Fuego. He pulls a gun from his jeans and levels it in your direction.
Well, then I pull a gun as well.
Mine's bigger.
You pull your stuff
Move your
down?
jacket out of the way and the gun's already there.
I always have my Makarov ready.
Is anybody going to try to intervene, or are we just going to go to
No, I'm gonna be
initiatives?
No, I'm gonna be like, please, that is. He is unusual.
What do you mean? How the fuck did he get in here? You know this guy?
See, that is my. Then it's Kalishnikov.
Nah, he's our resident spy.
How come he didn't come through the front with you?
I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm pretty sure he was behind me not a second ago.
Do you want to... Are you actually going to try and bluff that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, he is very sneaky.
All right.
Oh man, like
Manipulation
the butler
subterfuge.
from fucking Mr. Deeds.
Oh,
And I'm going to
fucking-
actually give you a bonus die on this roll just because the guy likes you. So give me manipulation subterfuge at a diff 3.
Oh, I got a diff 2. Well, I got 2 successes.
If you would like, you can spend or you can basically take a point of superficial willpower damage to re-roll up to 3 non-hunger dice.
or do you want to succeed at a cost?
That's true too.
Woo!
I don't know what that cost would be.
Well, the fun thing about succeeding at a cost is it's not entirely up to me. Oh, good. There goes the buffering.
Yeah.
You know what sucks is I actually ran a fucking
Vampires.
Twitch test just to find the best server that was active at the moment, and it's supposed to be good, but fuck us. What do we know? So what are you doing, Fuego? You can either reroll some dice, you can succeed at a cost, you can couple options here.
What are my options for succeeding at a cost?
What do you guys think would be funniest?
I forget how succeeding at cost works.
You can
He
come up
succeeds.
with a funny thing or a bad thing that happens.
Yeah, he succeeds, but there's a complication.
You have to attend his niece's birthday party.
You have to go. You have to go to the quinceañera and just
There you go.
You know what? I will actually allow that. So maybe a couple minutes before then, yeah, El Fuego, my niece is coming to a quinceañera, or having a quinceañera a couple weeks ago. We'd love to have you. Tom comes in. What the fuck is that? So if you want, you can actually fast talk this guy and be like, oh no, he was with us. So about your quinceañera, I'd love to come.
I'll do that. So yeah, no, he's always there. He's just very quiet. So about that quinceañera.
Okay. Oh yeah, dude, it's gonna be awesome. You're one of the damn. I don't actually know what word we're supposed to use in polite company, but you're and he does the vampire fangs thing. You're like one of those guys, right? So I guess we can expect you a little bit later.
Yes, that would be appropriate.
Okay. And they start going back and forth. A couple minutes later, you hear
You're a chupacabra, aren't you?
Does he still have the gun leveled at me?
Oh no, he's gonna drop that shit immediately as soon as the quinceañera starts happening. You're gonna shoot him anyway.
He knows too much.
Never pull gun unless you're going to use it.
That's true.
I'll put away the gun in one holster and use the other holster to just keep it leveled. Not really. That was a joke.
A couple minutes later, there's footsteps coming down the hallway. The big tough dude comes out first, and behind him is a reasonably well-dressed Hispanic gentleman. Slacks, button-down shirt, very nice leather jacket. Looks over at the four of you. Zarova, right?
That is who we're looking for.
Yeah, excellent. Follow me, please, gentlemen. And he'll turn around and start going back down the hall.
I was just standing there and still like, I'm that lady? No.
God damn it.
I forget
2018, Adam.
I forget you're playing a chick character, forgive me.
Is there like a sticky notepad or like a pencil or like a notepad or something that I can just, as I'm walking by, just sign my name on it?
Let's say, why not?
The fridge.
Yeah, as I'm going up the stairs, I just kind of sign El Fuego on something.
Just a fucking whiteboard on the fridge.
Yes. They can't erase it now.
You claw it in.
Potent!
Okay, so going up the stairs.
There's actually no stairs. I've said multiple times it's a single-story dwelling.
Yeah.
But he takes you down the hallway, and about midway down the hallway, you are taken to a room set up entirely as an office. There's this nice wooden desk. Religious iconography lines the walls. There's, picture of the Virgin Mary and a couple of religious candles. He sits behind his desk. He'll wave to two chairs before him. This is not a very large office, not very meant for large gatherings, but you can fight over comfort amongst yourselves.
No, El Fuego will motion towards Kalishnikov and Annabelle to take a seat.
Raphael now stands up.
I'll just kind of stand in between the chairs with my arms crossed.
I'll shake my head. I'll put my back to a very solid wall.
And I guess Raphael's taking a seat, unless none of us want to stand. I mean, none of us want to sit.
I'll sit down. Sit down.
I too will sit down and put my feet up on the desk.
You just take a seat in their seat.
I've been expecting you.
He'll extend a hand to each of you in turn. Juan Delgado, Spanish Town, this area. It's the domain of me and mine, the people that work for me. Obviously, it's not a great feeling to realize people are disappearing out from under your nose, especially when there's a shitload of hunters on the loose. So Zarova tells me that you're looking into it, right?
See, we wish to find the source of the problem.
All right, I'm not going to waste your time. You're busy, I'm busy, let's get this over with. I've been able to narrow down at least 5 people that have gone missing. There's probably more than that, and God knows how many different people have gone missing from other parts of the city. This is what I've been able to nail down. I've got 3 runaways, 2 homeless people. Do you want names, or do you just want situations?
Situations.
Give us these situations.
Well, homeless people is your typical story. The people you see sitting around every once in a while. All of a sudden, they're not there anymore. You check their local hangouts, you check with the local missions, and nobody's seen them in a week. We've got at least 3 different runaways, most of them somewhere in the ballpark of 15 years old. Some of them come from pretty nasty houses. Some of them are just mad that mommy took their Xbox away. My boys knocked on the door of this one meth-headed couple. They didn't even know their kid was gone. We knew it before they did.
That is sad.
So we've tracked down the families. I interviewed them as much as we could. Nobody knows shit. Last time they saw him was a big fight, usually, and then gone.
What about the locations the bodies were found at? Or are there no bodies?
No bodies yet. We have no idea what's happened to them. That's why we can't prove it's a poacher. If we knew there was a vampire behind it, that would, I suppose, be a blessing, but also scary as shit, all things considered.
Vampires aren't real.
Then what am I?
A weeb.
Figment of my imagination?
Did you deliberately zoom into the Gintama shirt when you were called a weeb? Or...
Yeah, no. I was reaching for my phone.
I proudly display my allegiance.
That would have been good though, but I don't plan things out, Chaz.
I'm
Or
gonna
do
talk
I?
to my coterie and be like, what do you all think is the best way to go about this?
At this point, before you get to that, could I get intelligence plus intelligence rolls from Annabelle and El Fuego?
Intelligence plus intelligence.
I know it sounds stupid, but in V5, when you roll just straight one attribute, you double the attribute. So that way the math still curves out.
So I have 2 dice. Yeah.
Your intelligence is 1?
Yes.
So is mine.
God, you're a dumb hoe.
Resourceful though, but I got 2 successes.
I too got 2 successes.
Excellent. El Fuego, if you review the relationship map that I posted to our Discord, and we'll probably throw up on social media once we're done here, you will, of course, remember that you have a number of contacts, 2 to be specific, who are involved with the rescue mission of Baltimore. Annabelle, at this point, you're starting to get a little worried. You realize you haven't seen one of your touchstones, John Kelso, the homeless veteran. It's been quite a few days.
Dr. Kelso. No.
Or
Is,
Michael Kelso.
Oh, that's the guy that was a Mr. Kelso on the list.
He'll sort of skim down. John Kelso? Yeah, why, you know?
Yes.
Well, he's probably dead. Sorry.
No, he's not dead.
So I'm assuming my 2 contacts are Father Canaveral and Sister Mary Constanza.
Those are the ones.
Okay. And you said Father Canaveral works with the homeless population?
Yeah. They both do to some extent.
Okay. I do not like where this is going, but I do have an idea of who we can talk to. If there is another kindred involved.
Let's go.
Okay.
Into the Ubermobile.
Is there anything else to talk about?
Well, how was their day?
I'm gonna leave you my business card or my Twitch stream.
Okay. Fucking Adam.
Have that hustle, man.
So at this point, it's getting pretty late on in the evening, because don't forget, you were at a club for a good couple hours, so it's probably maybe about 2:30 in the morning. Where are you going to go at this time of night?
Well, Raphael and I are already pretty close to our havens. I don't know how long it would take us to get to our group haven.
I mean, that's entirely up to you. You're not necessarily in danger of sunrise for a couple hours.
Okay.
Of course, if you want to wait for
Sunrise?
more of your human contacts to be awake, then it is entirely an option to bed down for the night, make your rouse checks, and then continue the next night.
I mean, you could just wake up your human contacts.
Well, I was going to go for the vampire one first, considering she's probably awake.
She is more than likely awake.
No, I'm going to suggest we go visit one Sister Constanza.
Now, how does
like
El
you.
Fuego feel about that deep down? Because she is your negative connection on the relationship chart. At least in the
Doesn't like-
Kindred Society. Huh?
He doesn't like the idea. Somebody knows something happening to the homeless involving vampires. It's probably her.
Okay.
Kane drives for Uber now.
I like the idea that Kane got laid off.
Oh, because he was a taxi driver? They fired Kane. They haven't found his boss ever since. God damn, Kane would be so powerful that he probably doesn't even feed on people anymore. He probably has to embrace people just to eat them later.
So, where could we find the Sister Mary Constanza, Chaz?
Baltimore rescue mission, that's an easy one. You know that.
Okay, well, I'm suggesting we head there if nobody has any other issues
No
they wish to
arguments.
raise with Mr. Delgado.
No.
To the Ubermobile.
Okay.
Okay, what about you, Kalishnikov? Are you gonna follow along with the coder, or are you gonna go in your own direction?
I'll probably follow along with the coterie for now.
All right, you grab. So you call for an Uber. Does anybody have resources?
No, we're all broke. We're in Spanish Town. Obviously, we don't have resources.
I thought Annabelle had at least one dot, but we established that the Patreon has not been going well. In that case, you guys might be out of money for an Uber.
Doesn't collision.
Okay, how much money do I have in rubles?
Wait, are you saying?
See, no. Your character's whole thing is rejecting wealth. You might have a nest egg stashed away for a rainy day, but
That was a joke.
I mean, I understand it was a joke, but I had to think it through actually, because your character's the kind of guy that would prepare for stuff. So you might save money, but you don't like money that much, so you wouldn't save too much money.
Did these guys have a...
I only have any. I have no digital fucking wealth. Only physical cash. Untraceable. Also very hard to find.
Yeah, since nobody has resources, I'm just going to assume that everybody's fucking poor, and you blew the last of your money getting over here.
Wow, between 4 adults, we could only get one Uber ride.
Hey, between 4 adults that just got here, okay? The job market isn't great.
Then how
You're
do we
right.
have a Havens already?
Shut up.
Yeah, basically. I'm just trying to throw you guys curveballs.
It's the real world of darkness here.
Why? I
You-
want to
you-
advance the goddamn story.
Good.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay.
I will steal a goddamn car.
And then Bubba can't believe it either, Soul.
Jess, have you heard my question I've been asking?
No, I'm sorry, my friend, you cut out. What was that?
Do they have a car out front?
Yeah, there's probably more than one, actually.
Then I'm going to ask one of my fans to give us a ride.
Is it a lowrider?
Well, duh.
No, it's probably like a beat up Chevy Pinto.
Oh,
It's a PT Cruiser.
It's a fucking ranchero.
All right. Yeah, man. Anything. Hey, you want me to pick you up for the quinceañera too? I'd be happy to do that.
Mazzy, that was funny. I just want you to know.
I too enjoyed it, Mazzy.
yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to ST. Also, not having music makes me scared and alone, and I must entertain with only my lonesome left to go.
That joke's on you. You don't have music. But I do.
No, I'd be like, yes, you can go ahead and pick me up at the. I give him the address to the boxing gym that I inhabit for the quinceañera.
All right, you pile into his car. He drives you down to Baltimore's rescue mission. And as you are basically traversing from Spanish Town into... I don't actually know where the Baltimore rescue mission is. I assume it's
I
further...
assume it's in Baltimore.
Nah, it's in fucking Dundalk, dude.
Oh, but the better, yeah.
We could just go to Chicago.
That's the really shitty area, actually.
Wait, Dundalk is the shitty area? I thought that's where you used to live.
I used to live in there, yes, but it is one of the more shitty areas.
Okay. I did not
Hey,
know
if
that.
they're made out of brass, that's worth some money.
Oh, no, baby, you're fine.
Well, I know you're trying to be Mr. Professional.
I am trying to be Mr. Professional, but I can
We're
cite sources.
professionals.
I wish.
Baltimore rescue mission.
Right. So you roll up to the rescue mission, and it's basically this squat brick edifice surrounded on all sides by much taller whitewashed buildings with these sort of rounded roofs. And it just sort of squats alone in the darkness of one waning streetlight flickering in and out of life. As you step outside, there's this sort of muggy humidity in the air that clings to your clothes, weighs you down, just makes everything so much more difficult. Everything weighs down on you ever so slightly more as you step out. The city is quiet, with maybe a cricket far in the distance until an engine revs and drowns it out.
Fuego's gonna roll his shoulders a little bit and look to his coterie. Just be like, I'm going to let you all know right now. I do not like this woman we are going to talk to.
Sorry if your mic picks me up sniffling.
Does she like you though?
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
So it's a woman, yes?
I'd be like, see, she is a nun.
Oh, we went that
Is
far.
that
Well,
one of his
Xavier-
tags?
Xavier, that is, you need a rouse check?
Oh. I don't know if that's one of Raphael's tags, though.
I'm sorry, I meant a rouse check.
Chat, decide. Is that one of his tags?
I vote for yes.
I vote for yes. He has
Vote for
that
yes.
not pro libre thing going on when it comes to the category.
I will happily buy time for the chat interaction. I don't know. Adam, how do you feel about his tags? Wait, what is the psychology of having a tag? What does that say about the tag haver?
We call me the tag. What does that mean? That tag haver.
And fucking stonewalled.
She's
Although
a
we've heard the
challenge to
Spanish-
him? Interesting.
A lot.
Ooh, yeah.
What's the difficulty for turning on the nun? I mean, for Xavier, like -3. He gets bonus dice for that.
Is Raphael leading the way inside? Because it seems like the tag is a yes.
Yeah, alright, yeah, he's doing it.
He just marches in, opens the door without using his hands.
And Kalishnikov is already in.
Sitting in a chair reading a magazine.
You're just like, Catholicism is stupid. It's all about Orthodox.
Why does the cross only have one stick, not two?
Should have actually 1, 2, 3.
No, yeah, that would be correct.
So,
El Fuego is kind of tentatively following Raphael's footsteps.
So yeah, enter, undo a couple of shirt buttons, undo part of my belt. But I'm not an anime character, so I only have one belt.
But what about the ones on your sleeves?
Oh shit, you're right.
you walk in. All is quiet. The darkness from outside presses in. As you look down the hallways on the other side of, I guess what would be a front lobby, you can see that there's a couple lights that are still on, but for the most part, everything is still as the grave. There's a couple of noises of things being rummaged, moved around, and you can see a head sort of pop up in the in what must be some sort of supply closet, as it looks like this woman is organizing and unpacking boxes, not dressed in the particular garb of a nun, however, and El Fuego would recognize that this is indeed not Sister Mary, but perhaps maybe just some sort of night volunteer.
Should I pull my gun? I'll do it.
Where is he?
I'll look at.
Can you tell us
okay.
what the sister is?
Oh, you're walking up to her?
Yes.
Hi, sir. I'm afraid you're going to have to be a bit more specific.
Sister Constanza.
Oh, yes. Sister Constanda was attending to the homeless. If you go right this way, this is where we have their cots set up.
Muchos gracias, I say, and I start heading in the direction.
You head in that direction, and there's these set.
Well, I'm assuming behind Raphael.
Oh no, you're in front of me because like my pants are around my knees at this point, so I kind of.
You kind of look like an idiot. It's like, this guy needs God.
I need holy release.
She points you down a hallway that leads to a set of double doors. None of you have Protean, yes?
No.
Ah! Why can't vampires see in the dark? God damn it! You had another whole edition to fix this, and you didn't.
Xavier, what's your problem?
I don't. What's their problem? Not everyone's a gangrel or has access to Protean, so all of these vampires can't see in the dark. They're night predators.
Well, NPCs have Protean.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Silly me.
Did you
What's
go?
your problem?
Nothing, Tom. Nothing. It's just, how long has it been since they did a vampire game?
Well, that depends. Are we counting? Do we count 20th anniversary edition? Do we
No,
count?
because that's Onyx Path.
Oh, okay, so then are we also not counting Requiem 2nd edition?
Did that have the same powers?
I don't think they had Protean in Requiem at all. Might have been something similar, but to the best of my knowledge, I don't think there's any look in the dark at all.
So how many years has it been?
Since what? Since Revised?
Yeah.
Revised came out, I want to say 99?
So they've had fucking over 20 years.
Maybe they just don't want vampires to see in the dark without a discipline.
God forbid the night predators see in the dark. That'd be pretty goddamn stupid.
All right. So, you come to these double doors at the end of the hallway, and through the plastic sort of slats is mostly darkness on the other side. There might be a few dim lights just for safety reasons. but the actual sleeping area itself is dark, and you can see some sort of shape moving amidst the darkness, but you're not entirely certain what it could be.
Can we turn on the light?
I mean, you're barging into a room where there are several people sleeping, but if you wanted to be a complete asshole, sure.
Yeah. I
He
need
just
to
got
know.
raided.
Yeah, I don't know what
Yusuf.
she. Ooh.
Too spooky.
Oh. Hello, Yusuf.
So you're gonna like barge into the room and turn on the light.
Yeah, I need to know what she looks like. Because I can't see in the dark.
This is gonna be interesting.
Ah.
So, Adam, would you do me a favor?
Depends.
I
Sure.
need a dice roll. I don't actually have dice on me, considering that I just take half on everything. Well, I guess I could take half on this. Looking for a character sheet because I stab people up. Would you please roll for me 5 dice? Actually, let's go with a 4 dice roll first.
Okay, let's do that. Well, I got a 6, a 3, a 5, and a 6.
Okay, 2 successes, good enough.
Absolutely haram.
So as you start pushing through the door, you can see the shape in the darkness maybe start a little bit and then duck back down. As you push open the door, flick on the light, there's this groaning from lots of people sleeping on the cots. And you can see a nun who was kneeling by the bedside of a homeless person sort of rise to her feet, wiping her chin a bit. The homeless man that she was beside does not appear to have any punctures on him at all, but his throat is quite wet.
Okay, there we go. We're adults.
I did say it was going to be interesting. I didn't. Do I make bad decisions?
Yes.
Probably.
It's like I go into this, and I see
Like,
how
Caesar, what are you doing?
the real Canton. Greetings, hello, how's it going?
Good. Good evening.
Oh, hello, all of Yusuf's friend then. Thank you. Yes, so I see how it might go, and I hope it doesn't go that way. And it seems like the more I steer away from that, the more the Titanic just like swings into that iceberg and leans into it. So she stands as you flick on the light. She doesn't look terribly happy. In fact, there's a bit of like anger in her eyes as she sort of storms forward. What are you doing here? These people are trying to sleep. And then her eyes sort of go over to El Fuego. And she softens a bit, actually. Come, let us discuss this elsewhere. And she will give you a pointed look as she flicks off the switch and exits in front of you. Vasil! Hello, Vasil.
It is Vasil.
So now that I got a good look at her, on a 1 to 10, how hot is she? Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's see.
Appearance
App
isn't a
isn't a
thing
stat
anymore.
She's not bad. Maybe a little better than average, probably a solid 7.
A solid 7. You know what? That's probably higher than average in Baltimore.
Baby, how pretty are people in
Ooh.
Baltimore? I mean, you're not there anymore, so clearly the average has gone down.
We are doing great, Vasil.
I mean, I feel like there's more attractive men than there is women, if I'm going to be completely honest. But that's also mean.
Melinda says there's more attractive men than women in Baltimore, but that's also her.
No, I said that's also mean, is what I said.
Oh, that's also mean. So apparently
I
that's an
mean-
objective fact.
Sorry, but statistics don't care about your feelings.
So what's going on, Chaz?
She sort of storms out of the sleeping room. I'm assuming you follow her.
I'm gonna whisper to Ofueko. Are we going to spit roast the nun?
I'm like, no, she's awful. She's muy loca.
Ooh, yes.
Turning
was
the
sort of-
Bob.
What are you trying to say?
Just remind me of him.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I got flashbacks. It's awesome.
She will sort of lead the procession back out to the lobby. And as she does, she'll turn that little metal lock inside the two push doors. El Fuego, I am surprised. I had no idea you were coming tonight. I wish I had known. What brings you here?
I did not know this would be happening either. I would have woken up later or something. But you seem to be the information I am looking for.
I'm happy to help however I can. What is Raphael doing at this point?
Just
Huh?
kinda,
Just pants around your knees, panting?
No, I'm not a rapist.
Good night, Vasil.
Good night, Vasil. We appreciate you, buddy. And we miss you.
Or morning.
You have a good one.
I think it.
Bye
it's
bye.
morning.
I'm probably sizing her up to see what approaches I should take. Because if you're too aggressive, you might scare them off.
Okay.
Jesus
So-
Christ.
I don't know what you want me to do. Wits investigation.
I mean, not everything has to be a dice roll. What sort of information do you want from her?
I don't know. That's whatever I can glean from her personality, from the way she talks, how she carries herself.
Okay, then so you're basically just watching. What are you other two gonna do?
I'm kind of motioning to Annabelle, like, Annabelle, who is the person you are looking for?
I didn't have write his name down. God damn it! You never pass that about me.
I put the goddamn relationship map in the Discord, Adam.
His name is
Yeah.
John Kelso. Adam.
John Kelso. Yeah. Have you heard any? Sister, have you seen anything from John Kelso?
I know of someone by this name. Yes, he frequents the mission every once in a while. He hasn't been in for several days, but of course, the situation that we have here is not one of permanent living. I haven't seen him in a while. No. Why do you ask? Has something happened to him?
We haven't seen him in a couple of days. I'm afraid something might have happened to him.
Where does he usually spend time when he's not at the mission?
On the street. Sounds like a dick to say that, but like
He goes to the local board gaming institution and basically does the little battlefield reenactments. But he gets too into it. Like he named everybody after like the men in his unit.
You got too real, man.
Johnson!
People got injured that day.
She will sort of do that raised eyebrows thing as she's. Anything else? You know, what are you trying to get out of her?
Like, when was the last time you seen him, sister? Did you see anything? Anything? I don't know.
That's... Interesting, now that I think of it. Last time I saw him, I believe, was roughly 4 days ago. There was a woman, I believe, yes. A young blonde girl who was
You're a woman.
coming around speaking to some of the homeless. I hadn't seen her around here before. I was wondering if she needed help herself, but she didn't approach us. I assumed she would just come back when the time was right, but I haven't seen her since.
Can you give us a description of this woman?
And she will basically describe to you a young white girl. Looks like she hasn't eaten in quite a while, honestly. Slightly emaciated, dark rings under her eyes.
Nosferatu.
Couldn't honestly tell how old she was for her current conditions had haggard her appearance considerably. And not exactly dressed warmly for the night. She will add.
Does this?
So she
This
dressed
woman
like a
have any-
hoe.
I don't know her personally, but I
Has
do
she been around
remember.
before?
Huh?
Has she been around before that at all? Or was that the first time you saw her?
I saw her once before speaking to a member of my congregation. A thin blood. I believe he said they called him Ramsey, but I doubt very much that was his given name. I'd be delighted if you wish to come to service on Sunday. You could meet him yourself.
Is there night service?
She cocks her head to the side and just stares at you for a second.
I'm not super familiar with the church and all.
The church that we of the night have cultivated is a bit different than the one that you would recognize regardless. However, yes, there are indeed night services.
You
And is
will-
that
I point to Annabelle like this one does not know. She is how do you say a Shintoist? I don't know what she keeps talking about.
Are you actually like religious in any way, or
probably just like for the memes, but
what? I'm religious for the memes.
Oh man.
So you're saying you're
know-
Catholic? I don't. That's a pretty memey religion. They got the Crusades and Deus Vult and whatnot.
I'm going to ask Sister Constanza if any of the homeless people here were people that this girl talked to and that John Kelso used to talk to.
Are the shrine maidens for a whole week?
John himself, no. There was another one that she spoke to. Mr. Edward Pineda, if memory serves. I haven't seen him recently either.
So
The Pope and his meme ways.
The Pope is also kind of memey too.
Yeah.
Catholicism's just
And man, don't get me started on all those choir boys. Meme Central.
what day is today in the game?
I was going to start it on the same day that it was in real life, and the clock is not advanced, so we'll say it's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Yes.
The Great Queen Spider.
not the best Billy and Mandy movie.
Mark that down as 2 Billy and Mandy references tonight. Can we pump up those numbers anymore? I think we can.
We've got well over an hour left. I'm sure we'll hit it.
No. If that is all Sister Constanza can tell us about John Kelso, I will thank her for her time and tell her I will consider coming to her congregation on Sunday.
I'd very much like that, El Fuego. I feel as though we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, and I'm sorry to have offended you. But do consider my words. There's nothing that occurs in this world that the Almighty does not wish to happen. Is it so strange to consider that there are people on this earth he would have chosen to keep around longer than their mortal lifespan, perhaps for a reason?
To watch them suffer. I played Sims.
I was like, yes, and his name was Jesus Christ, I say as I walk out the door and slam it.
Oh.
Okay, just slam
And
it.
I'm already out there. Quit doing that.
So
I'll be like, thank you for the information.
she will
sister.
bow politely. Josh,
You're not gonna be like,
What?
how's your I guess it's wrapped into a cult in this one.
Of course it is.
There's not really like a religion stat.
Oh, wrapped into a cult, not a cult for him.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm usually the one with the cults. No, you're asking how is my occult?
Yeah.
I have 0 dots.
0 dots. So, because you are connected with this NPC on your relationship map, I will let you decide how much of the sales pitch did you get for the K-Knight Heresy, or did she kind of just start talking to you about like vampires are exalted, and you were like, nah, shut the fuck up, bitch, you're stupid.
No, El Fuego probably politely listened,
Okay.
told her that sounded very wrong, and then left.
So, the central thrust of the K-Knight Heresy is that...
I have read that book.
Okay, so you know what we're talking about then.
Yes.
That Cain was originally supposed to be the first Messiah. Jesus was a second Cain, and they're waiting for a third one before Gehenna.
But wasn't the second Messiah supposed to be the Antichrist?
That depends on who you ask.
Christ can't be the Antichrist.
Well, see, here's the thing. There are some theological scholars that will debate that the Antichrist referred to in the Bible is not one person or one figure. The Antichrist is
Obama.
actually a group of people
Islam.
that are literally against Jesus. So
the Jews.
So Antichrist is used as a plural. It's not necessarily one specific actual son of the devil. It is those who reject Jesus and his teachings at the end time. So again, it depends on who you ask. Getting sleepy, Adam?
always.
All right, let's wrap this up.
What the
And I was
fuck
gonna
is
say-
flowing in my drink?
Chad, before I leave the night, I'm like, where do you get these clothing? I want to get some myself.
The
I
convent.
have some ideas.
I have some ideas for you. Just-
She was like, are you just like, have you heard of a certain scientific railgun?
God damn it.
Your assets are a little too bountiful.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm not cool enough to get the reference.
It's an anime reference.
I know what a certain scientific railgun is. I just. Anyway, if you have finished up at Sister Constance's mission,
Well, shit, I guess we have.
Oh, she gave
Unless
us a
Raphael
mission?
has some flirting business he's not done with.
oh yeah,
Well, I told him I was looking out for things, and he just never gave me anything. So I guess we're just gonna move on, because I also don't want to keep staying here.
oh no, I'm sorry. Well, what I was trying to do was let you watch how I role played the character, and then you could form your own opinion.
I didn't watch you do any hand body things. It's kind of hard to do that. Like talking is important, yes, but there's a lot you can get out of somebody by watching their entire body.
Okay, then in which case she was probably very still, somewhat respectful, yet you could still see a bit of incredulity creeping through whenever Annabelle spoke.
Just
That-
the what look?
That is
So a very, very, very placid, calm exterior. Perhaps maybe analytical, you could say, if you were really to read into it.
Well, see, because hold on, Yusuf, it's not like you have to be super smart. You just got to pay attention. Like there's a lot more to what people are saying than just their words.
Except people who have like autism and Asperger's. Those are hard to get reads on.
a lot,
Hey,
harder. But it's okay. I've had plenty of practice. Not gonna name names, but so I'm going to walk up to her at the end.
Okay, basically this is as everybody is filing out. Are you
Yeah.
trying to be alone with her, or are you just gonna be like in front of everybody?
No, I mean it's more happenstance rather than me trying to get her alone in a room that's dark so nobody can see.
Joke's on you, I'm always in the room.
Just spidered up somewhere.
you're just recovering on Jesus Christ. Like you're just using the pose.
Man, if Chaz made the fucking LA Noir faces, pick up on it a little sooner.
Just that hardcore fucking.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to her like,
She will turn as you
Senora,
approach.
I'm sorry for my companions. They can be off-putting.
You
But
point at where you left, and the doors are slightly hanging off from how I slammed it.
I am more
I don't have an
willing-
issue with your companions. The young lady is a bit odd, but
No,
nothing I've not the patience to deal with. And what of you yourself? Have you come here seeking knowledge? You've never asked a single thing.
you look her up and down, and you're like, "Oh, I've learned plenty."
I came to satisfy curiosity, and it has been satisfied.
I see. And what was this curiosity?
How someone of the cloth can what's the word? Feed.
Oh, I'm not the only one. Of course, we all have our own ways of going about it, I suppose. Ultimately, it depends on, well, like anything else, what is opportune at the time and one can make peace with oneself with. I help them, and, well, I should hope that they would be willing to help me. Unfortunately, circumstances being what they are, I am not in a terribly good way to ask for permission. Is this what you wanted to know?
Very well. I will go to somewhere and write down my phone number.
Oh, hey, we
The
got a
Bible.
thing happening.
On the Bible.
On the Bible.
I have to wait for it to pop up on Twitch because I didn't have my fucking OBS up. Oh, the Real Canton is now following. You're awesome, Real Canton.
Oh, that was new. I've
Oh.
never seen that before.
Same.
Because I had our alert box disabled for a while because we were having so much problems with the internet. So I was like, if I add anything onto this, it's probably going to shit its pants and die. I figured out that that's not necessarily the issue and that the alert box is pretty lightweight anyway, so I've reinstated it. Plus, Russell and a few other people have just been constantly awesome and throwing bits our way, and they deserve the recognition too. Yusuf has subscribed for like 4 months in a row, so if people are going to do this stuff for us, they need to get the shout outs they deserve.
All right. So, gotta write down my number
On the Bible.
on a piece of paper.
In Latin. That's-
It's Latino, please, Adam.
He writes down his number in Spanish. It's the same number, but the sevens are all crossed.
I'll hand it over to her and I'll say, if you need anything, call me. I'll be happy to help.
And what is it that you need?
Money.
I need that sweet Bob.
I'm currently taking care of a child. And, well, this doesn't pay all the bills.
If you require assistance, the church has a number of programs that we might provide you with. That's what the mission is here for, after all.
Do I want the kid to grow up Catholic? Probably.
Did she say that?
And then he grows up to be a vampire hunter?
Do you hear her offer you help, and then you're like, "Oh, that would be greatly appreciated." You just kind of bend over and start pulling money out of the cashier.
The donation
It's a
bin.
donation box.
I am the needy. Jesus has plenty of space, like this much.
Why don't you give me a night to gather the necessary information, and I'll see if there's any way we can help you and your child. Tell me, how do you reconcile having a child with your bestial nature?
First of all, he's not my kid.
Oh,
He's
indeed.
my sister.
Does that make
Second.
it more or less difficult?
It's a little easier, I would think.
Well, you're not the best father now, are you?
You know what? I am probably not a good father, but the coolest uncle.
You're probably like, "Hey, how old are you, kid? Like 12? You drink whiskey, right?"
Just
It's
straight up
tequila.
No, I've got Kalishnikov. We can have vodka.
Oh,
Probably
no.
has radiation.
Is that the Raphael Kalishnikov team up, Vodkila?
Oh man, are we gonna have team combo names?
Well, A team and B team kind of went out the window with the exodus of Bob, so we need some other way to identify.
Fucking Team Vodkila. I have no idea what the other ones would be.
Let's see.
Goes on. We don't have to think of them.
I think a big ball
Yeah,
suplex
we'll
for
do it.
Josh,
We'll do it
isn't it?
eventually.
The ball suplex.
Oh,
Good night, Anna.
Good night, Anna. Thanks for showing up. We appreciate you.
Bye bye.
Night.
Shut up, Adam.
It'll be.
Alright, so I'll say,
Team Ramrod.
I used to love that movie.
this kid is the last thing I have that is tying me to all of humanity. Without him, well, that wouldn't be very nice.
This puts
You're
you in a
already
very
not nice.
precarious position, though, doesn't it? What would happen if one day the hunger overtook you and he was the closest source?
Well, that would never happen. As I would sooner destroy everything else.
Or are you gonna have like that talk with your inner beast? Like, you hurt this child, I'm killing us both.
I will end us both. So you go down there and you eat everyone in his class, but not him. I will fuck you in the ass.
I understand how you feel, but you must know that we are not ourselves when the beast rides us.
Just like, says you.
Oh, usually I tend to ride the beast.
Oh, nice.
But passive enlightenment haven't been announced yet, so
I would dearly like to help you, mister.
Where are my manners? Rafael Rosales. And I will grab her hand and kiss it.
Yes, thank you. I am Sister Mary Constanza. And as I said, I would dearly like to do what I can. As I told your friend, the large luchador, I do believe that the Lord chooses certain people to elevate for one reason or another, and my particular purpose is to make it easy for those who do not have to bear the burden of his elevation. Sadly, I cannot spare you yours, but perhaps we can make it a bit easier. How did you come into custodianship of your sister's child?
I don't want to talk about it.
His parents are dead.
This is a lot for a first date.
I'll just be like, typically these things go two ways. You're asking a lot of questions. I'm not getting a lot of answers from you. But if you insist, my sister has recently passed away.
Recent.
I don't know what fucking year it is, man. Shit.
Mr. Rosales, I understand your misgivings. You see me. May I go out on a limb and assume that you are a newcomer to this domain?
Oh, yes.
You see a vampire in a new domain, in a particularly unfriendly domain, and you imagine that my sole purpose is to somehow climb some non-existent ladder, or that I'm looking for some leverage that I can use against you. I have a very different purpose, Mr. Rosales, and if you do not trust me, well, then that's your decision to make, and I cannot blame you for that. However, I would hope that in time you might open your mind. I have your number, and the number of this mission is widely available. Come see me tomorrow, and I will see what assistance I am able to scrape together for you and your child.
Oh, thank you. And I'll
Okay,
say,
now.
but before I go, you're wrong on one thing. I don't see you as a vampire.
Oh?
You're just a nun.
But see, that's the dichotomy, is it? No matter what I am or what I try to do, I will always be both.
A nun.
And unfortunately, so are you. No matter how noble your aims, no matter how great your sacrifice, you are both a father and a vampire.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And that puts the one you love so dearly in mortal jeopardy, I'm sorry to say.
Who said anything about being a father?
I'm an uncle.
Said anything about being a vampire?
I'm just an actor, man. It's
I just kidnapped the kid.
Oh. I'll say, bueno, pues, I need to be going.
Okay, so
Godspeed,
when do we
Mr.
figure out what
Rosales.
daddies we all are? And we clearly found the heroin.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, another one?
Why is it always the religious types? Is that your tag? You guys went for Isabella Chan, who is the super religious Sabbat pack leader.
Who I just mentioned.
I think it's because we see a little bit of her in Costanza, so we're just like, no, we're gonna get this one this time. Now, how are we gonna get the harem ending? I don't know. That's gonna be really tough. Considering I'm sure Kalishnikov's a kudere. And Fuego, you're turning out to be either a Maya dere or a Tsundere.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Weeby shit, weeby shit, weeby shit, El Fuego, weeby shit.
Chaz, I'll post this chat in the Discord. I'll post this thing in the Discord so you can educate yourself.
Adam will educate you.
He will give you.
If you
your
want to know
studies
what the
guide.
fuck is going on, join the Discord. Now you're thinking, Adam, you're pushing the social media initiative. I like it. Adam gets a promotion. You are now senior head intern.
There are 14 popular dairy types in every anime.
My BuzzFeed. No, it's not my BuzzFeed.
About what time is it now, Chaz?
11:03.
Your name's not Chaz, and he wasn't talking about Adam. You're wrong on both accounts. Congrats.
Holy crap, Jackalope LARP is in the house. Mr. Webb, how you doing tonight? It is an absolute pleasure to see you here, and I just dropped my ST notebook. Pardon.
I
Congrats.
can't run anything anymore.
Chronicle's
Well-
over, guys.
And then the stream.
It's always cool to see new people come into the stream. But yes, thank you for taking time to join us. I know you're super busy. Everybody, our dear sweet audience, if you are not familiar with Jackalope LARP, these are the fine folks that is running the Night in Question Sabbat LARP in, I believe it's in Austin in about a month here. So by all means, if you have any question or if there's anything you want to promote there, Mr. Webb, you're more than welcome to do it.
We'll just be here.
Well, no. Continue. Do vampire stuff.
Well, I was
I mean,
asking
we-
about what time of the night is it now?
So after you get done with Sister Maria or Sister Mary Constanza, I specifically didn't name her Maria because if I knew if I did, somebody was going to say that she's about to die. So I try to head off. I try to head off memes at the pass when I can.
You
It's
can
about
never
3 in
stop
the
our
morning.
memes, Charlie. You
Huh?
can never stop our memes. We will find a way.
It's about 3 in the morning. Sister
yeah.
Mary gave you 2 leads. A young, rather emaciated-looking woman, perhaps a lady of the night, and a thin blood that goes by the name of Ramsey. And of course, Kalishnikov has his own dealings with the Tremere that I don't believe he's disclosed to the rest of the coterie.
Oh yeah, I haven't, have I? I said I'd tell you later, and I just never did. What the fuck did I do?
You didn't share info with your coterie. By the way, Mr. Webb, I saw the pictures of the new Nodist Journal on Facebook. It looks amazing. So yes, it's about 3 a.m. Sunlight is probably a good, we'll say about 4 hours off, because it's getting colder out.
Oh boy.
What do you do with the remainder of your night?
You'll have to forgive me, Ches. I believe I cut out there for a little bit.
Oh.
Yes. Well, since you brought it up, so do you guys remember I showed you the pictures of the Nodist journal that Matt Webb was working on? Somebody fucking stole it. Like, he went to a LARP and somebody grabbed it from him, and that sucks, and that guy sucks, but the new one is looking pretty great.
Oh.
The Yukalikov?
I mean.
No.
So, I'm sorry, what were you saying there, Josh?
Oh, I cut off for a moment. I didn't hear what happened.
They just have 2 leads here.
3 in the morning, you have 2 leads. An emaciated young woman and a thin blood by the name of Ramsey. And then Kalishnikov has his own stuff going on that he's never disclosed to you. You just saw him talking to some shady-looking people in the corner of the Succubus Club. And then he got up and left.
Yeah. About how many more hours of nighttime do we have?
4.
Okay. Well, if it's 3 in the morning, I don't know if anybody else wants to come with me, but I'm going to go meet my other contact, Father Canaveral.
Sure.
Mm,
See what the
No.
other part. The other.
I need to head home and make my nephew's lunch.
Then I guess the internet idol's coming with me.
Yes.
Well, now we need to think of a team name at some point.
Oh man.
Beauty and the Beast? Is that good?
Ah,
We'll go with that one.
good shit, Adam.
Kalishnikov, what are you intending to do?
Well, I thought I wrote down my contact name. I guess I didn't.
Relationship map is in the Discord. You're probably looking for Isaac Thorne, the Nosferatu spy.
No, I'm talking about the guy, the fucker I met with the club.
That would be Jonathan Osborne. Oh God, who we'd lose? Adam.
We
Adam.
lost Adam.
Adam, what happened? Right, he's not here.
Now, the real question is, how's that going to affect OBS?
Oh,
Okay.
there he is.
I messed up.
What did you do, Adam?
Oh, it
Fucked
just moved all the cams to Will Adams.
Sorry, Chad.
It's okay. It's okay. We
Double
should.
click.
There we go. There we go. Immersion broken. Sorry, guys.
That's what you get for having immersion.
Stupid. Yeah, mouse pad.
You know the last person who talked to us about immersion is? We keep poo-pooing on him.
Who the fuck was that?
Bob.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Okay. So yes, Jonathan Osborne was the Tremere that you met with in the Succubus Club, and he gave you that very nice lenticular business card with just his name on it. But he said it would be useful to contact him.
And he told me about what again?
Okay. You do remember the super secret bit of information that
Yes,
I gave
I
you?
do
Okay.
recall that. Was
Gotcha.
it just that?
No. He hired you because you have a very particular set of skills.
Yeah, and I'm supposed to be collecting info on...
He wants to he seems to believe that there are certain members of the Gangrel that are out for blood on the primogen of the Tremere, a one Heinrich Stolz. He
Okay,
wants
yeah.
you to find out which of the gangrel they've sent to put a target on him, and also what sort of relationship they have with the Nosferatu, since any kind of power brokering in the city is not going to happen as long as the current regime has their own private set of spies.
Okay. And Alfego's not meeting a vampire anymore, right?
That is true. Father Canaveral is mortal.
Okay, so he's not important to me then. I need to either find a disgruntled Nosferatu or start listening on some gangrel shit.
You do have your contact.
My Nosferatu contact, unfortunately, would be untrustworthy in this situation. If he's that high up in the Nosferatu, then
Honestly,
unfortunately
he's probably just an operative.
Yeah, but that's still a liability.
Fair enough. So what's the plan?
Come back to me.
Okay. So then we're actually going to start with you, Raphael.
Oh, okay.
The coterie goes their separate ways. You return to your haven in Spanish Town, where you and your young nephew Carlito make your home. What sort of building do you think it is?
Adobe.
Actually, Adobe might be kind of expensive out in both. What is one level above fucking Rackety Shack?
Adobe.
Oh, okay. Tom, we're not in the Southwest. Not every building can be Adobe.
So, but basically I'm asking, is it like an apartment, a condo? Did you get a cheap little shitty house?
It's probably like a duplex.
A duplex. Adobe duplex.
Interesting.
Adobe.
A duplex.
We are going to have to discuss who you share that duplex with then. But, so you get back to your duplex. I'm making notes all over the motherfucking place. You get back to your duplex. And, as you unlock your door, make your way in, the house is dark, quiet, exactly as you left it. You know, in his bedroom, little Carlito sleeps the night away. A luxury that you have not had in quite some time. And Sister Mary's words start, I guess, echoing in your head a little bit about how this one small innocent child, literally your last connection to humanity, he could be gone like that if the beast takes you at the wrong moment.
But you see, Darth Pelagius.
Doth Plagueis the Wise.
He found a way to transcend the beast.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because Snoke planned it.
Damn it!
How does that? There we go. There's not a lot of real estate back here. I got to do some weird stuff to make it fit.
Do it.
How do you think Raphael is feeling right about now?
Does he feel the pull to the dark side?
I mean, he is wondering, like that is a liability. He's wondering how he can protect this kid without completely cutting him off, right? Because he's still his nephew.
Right. Well, Sister Mary never necessarily said you should cut him off, which is an important distinction. It was mostly just a warning. One not entirely unfounded.
Oh, I know what I'll do.
Drink him.
No,
Embrace him.
I'll give him a shotgun with dragon breath rounds.
Kid tested, mother approved. So what do you do as you get home?
So we start making his lunch, which I'm a poor Hispanic, so probably some mixture of beans, rice, and potatoes.
Well, tortillas.
And
Again?
tortillas.
Hey, beans,
Go.
rice, and
Yeah.
potatoes can be delicious when seasoned properly.
Yeah, and with the tortilla, I can make burritos. I can make tacos. I can make something else that isn't burritos or tacos.
A wrap.
Soft taco. I can make a wrap. Just a burrito. Come on.
I can make enchiladas.
Okay, wait. What kind of tortillas do you have?
Yes.
I have round flatbread.
No, I mean flour with corn.
Corn.
Chilaquiles.
I can make enchiladas.
How much masa do you have?
Oh, bruh. I don't know. I can make some gorditas.
Yeah.
The point is, with very few ingredients, you can make a lot of things.
All right. So you
Mexican food, the Swiss Army knife of food.
you roll up little Carlito's lunch, stick it in a paper bag for him. There's a little tug of a heartstring as you realize that you're not going to be able to wake up with him and see him off to school. What do you do with the last couple hours of your night after you're done making lunch?
I don't know. I guess turn on the news and see what's going on. As I'm still new in this town and I'd like to know what are the bad neighborhoods to stay away from. Or is every neighborhood the bad neighborhood? It's
Well,
World of
you're in
Darkness.
Baltimore.
But also World of Darkness.
Yeah. You know, people just eating dreams.
You turn on the news. The public has not gotten wind of the disappearances yet, or at least they haven't noticed it. It's probably just another Saturday night in Baltimore. People die. People go missing. Somebody ends up in the river. It's a pretty
I'm
bleak... The news
starting to
page...
reconsider coming to Baltimore.
Huh?
I'm starting to reconsider coming to Baltimore. It's like, as soon as I finish my business, I should probably take him somewhere nice.
Like Chicago.
I've heard the crime rate really low.
So
They've only had one incident with a gun in the past, 3 years.
So what is actually Raphael's plan to find his sister's murderer? We've never really discussed that.
Well, he was not a good person for a little while, so he knows he's got to work his way up before he can actually get any. God damn it! Stop it. Information or any leverage.
Okay, work his way up through whom?
The biggest, baddest hombre there is.
John
Haas
Wick.
Delgado.
We went very opposite directions.
We did. Anyway. Alright, that is how you spend the rest of your night. El Fuego and Annabelle. You are... Are you going to visit Father Canaveral at 3 in the morning?
He's a priest. He literally might be awake already.
That's true. Priests do get up balls early.
I feel like 3 is pushing it a little bit. I'll tell you what.
3 is for the dedicated ones that go and they have to clean the church themselves.
Who's got dice?
I do.
Well, that answers that.
Yeah, VR dice.
Roll a percentile dice, and I'll set the percent in my head.
80.
You got 80 flat?
Yes.
Okay.
80 Patenko.
So
What?
the pair of you arrive at Father Canaveral's house.
Well,
The
he doesn't
windows
go
are
to
still
church.
dark. Huh?
He doesn't live in the church?
No, most priests have their own residence so that they're not a burden on the church.
Okay.
Like and I actually learned this. Most Catholic priests will have a trade, a degree, and their own place of residence, so that way, if anything happens, that they don't take resources away from the church. So this guy's got his own house.
Okay.
So you get to Father Canaveral's house. It's probably actually a really nice house, honestly. The windows are dark. Doesn't look like anybody on this block is stirring awake quite yet. What would you like to do?
Well, first I look at Annabelle and I'm like, of all the people of our coterie I expected to come with me, you are not it. And then I just kind of knock on the door.
And this is how a beautiful friendship forms.
I wasn't expecting you to come with me, but here we are. Beauty and the Beast.
You knock on the door, and maybe put a little bit of that prodigious El Fuego musculature behind it.
Dents the door.
A light on the side of the house flicks on. Door opens, and you see this sort of upper middle-aged man sort of open the door. He's still dressed in basically these cheap pajamas, but the old guy kind of pajamas with a button-down shirt. You know, fuzzy slippers. El Fuego. Come in. What's the matter? What brings you to my door at 3 a.m? Sorry.
I'm a vampire.
Come on, I'll put on a pot of coffee. Come on inside.
Oh no, that will not be necessary. I do not wish to intrude more than I already am.
Who is your friend that you've brought? And he'll.
Oh, yeah, I'm pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
Just kidding.
That's kind of where I expected this to go. Do you actually want to say that?
No.
I need you to baptize the baby before I abort it. I don't want to send an innocent child to hell.
They go to limbo.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna be like, this is Annabelle.
Father Robert Canaveral, and he'll sort of like gently take your hand and shake it.
Should you get back, I guess? You want a curtsy?
You shake his hand back. How do you not shake someone's hand back? You're just like, no.
Well,
Just step firm.
With their hand and he just kind of pat it.
Or just do what our president does and just pull it toward herself. Yank their arm, then shake it.
And he'll still like get out of the way of the door, relentlessly polite, inviting you in. It's all right. I was probably about to wake up in another hour or two anyway. What's wrong? Is there an emergency?
There is a sense in emergency. I am looking into some police particularly care to look into. And that is the issue of the disappearing homeless people in my community.
You're saying homeless people are going
Pooping up. You know what you might say? I like the image of just like, hey, what's up? Fucking Diogenes.
I believe Sister Constanza's working down at the mission. Have you spoken to her already?
I have, but I'm trying to find out as much as I can.
Okay, how can I be of assistance?
Well, you see this one? I say, pointing to Annabelle. She was very close to a man by the name of John Kelso. So far, a mysterious woman talking to him, blonde hair, very scrappy looking. And that since then, him and some other homeless people have gone missing.
This woman, can you explain her a little bit more? I'm sorry, I'm half asleep, and at this point he'll start wandering into his kitchen. You'll see him flick on lights, start up the coffee maker.
I'm gonna give him the same description Sister Constanza gave me.
You know, I did see a woman by that name. By that name? What am I fucking retarded? I did see a woman by that description.
I saw their username above their head. Yeah.
Hang on, I need to turn down my brightness. It's too loud.
I did see a woman by that description. She came to the mission about a week ago. I remember she looked like she was in some kind of trouble, so I approached her and I tried talking to her a little bit, but she didn't want to give me too much information, so I just told her that I'd be here when she needed, when she was ready.
You ready for
You
this?
did not get a name from her then.
It was a strange name. It didn't seem to fit. Like maybe it was fake, but I seem to remember her calling herself Skylar, I think.
Skylar.
She's a burb.
So I suppose I shall be looking for this one called Skylar.
Or man.
If you're, you know, never mind.
Is there nothing else you can recall, Father? Anything at all that would help me?
I can try. Like what?
Any sort of other strange things going on with the homeless or the people of your congregation?
He'll sort of like sink deep into thought for a moment.
Thought?
You go.
To tell you the truth, I haven't dealt with the homeless too heavily. That day was the last day I was at the mission.
Oh,
But
shit.
if I can think of anything else, I'll certainly get a hold of you.
That would be greatly appreciated, Padre.
At this point, he'll start serving everyone coffee, obviously ignorant that it's going to go to waste.
No, I'll tell him, I'll put my hand over the cup before he pours it. And I'll be like, no, I must be going, but I thank you for your time.
Oh, of course. If I may ask, ma'am, how did you know this Kelso fellow?
So
He was a troubled friend of mine
Oh, yes, I
that
understand.
I really attached to.
So many of the homeless are. If you're interested, I'm sure we could always use more volunteers at the mission to aid the homeless. I think having somebody just knowing that somebody cares, I think it does a great deal for the mental state of those unfortunate folks.
I better want Mike Kelso. I'll consider it, Father.
All right, well,
No, you won't.
I suppose if you'll be going, then I'll get ready and head into church. You know where to find me if you need me.
Thank you for your time again, Father. We will cease to bother you now.
It's never a bother, friend. I just hope I can do something.
You do the good work, Father. Unlike some others.
And he'll wave you out. Or
Okay.
Kalishnikov, have you decided what you're going to do yet?
I have decided on one of two paths.
Okay.
One is probably more useful. One is more silly and fun.
Why not both?
Unfortunately, they don't coincide.
See the
Well,
options then.
I'm listening.
Well, I could try to find some anarch sympathizers.
That
They
might be
probably-
easier than you think.
Or I can try to cozy up with one or two gangrels, and I think I know where I might find them. That one's the more silly of the two, though.
Are you going to go to the zoo?
Fortunately, I wouldn't be able to do that tonight because I think it's a little late to find a furry get together.
I mean, no, you just go to
Gangrels.
DeviantArt.
The furries of vampires.
Wouldn't werewolves be the furries of vampires? Well,
The gangrel.
I guess if you have Protean 4.
No, but I do think the Mokole are the scalies of werewolves.
There actually was, if memory serves, in Clan Book Gangrel, there's this really badass like alternate Protean 5 that you could basically have a Krynos form like in Bloodlines. And that's amazing.
That is pretty dope.
Pretty bitchin'.
All right, so you have the next couple hours in front of you, Kalishnikov. What is the procedure? What
I guess I
do?
could do both. I'll save the furry get together for tomorrow night. I'm gonna go try to find some anarch sympathizers then.
Okay, now the question that I need to ask you, and
Yeah.
I think I might already know the answer, is how friendly do you think Kalishnikov has been with some of the other members of the coterie?
Our coterie?
No, the Chicago coterie, Xavier.
Oh, them. I'm great with them. Oh, you are talking about our coterie.
Yes.
Ah, I got that subtle sarcasm. I picked up on it.
Subtle. I have probably kept everyone at arm's reach,
Mm-hmm.
or at least knife's reach.
Ah.
I am going to give you a percentile roll. Get under a 10.
Oh my.
Use willpower. You get it back tomorrow. Yeah.
You can't willpower percentile dice, Adam.
That's
Ah!
because you don't believe in the hard
The
crunch.
power of my mind can influence causality.
So close. I got a 23.
23. Okay. Then you probably don't know that there's anybody in your coterie that can help you. So what does Kalishnikov actually think to do?
Well, let's see.
Now, I will tell you one thing. Most of Baltimore's anarchs were chased right the fuck out when Horwood and the Gangrel took over. Because basically they thought that a fractured house could not stand, and if they were to oppose the Second Inquisition, they needed to be unified. So the first thing they did, after pushing back the Second Inquisition long enough to have a breather, was to get rid of the fucking anarchs to make sure everybody in town is on their side. That doesn't necessarily mean they succeeded entirely, and your objective is far from impossible. But you would not want to out yourself as any kind of anarch sympathizer. That would basically be very bad.
I was gonna say, didn't Tom on the first night overhear my conversation with
That's right.
Ho
about
ho.
meeting anarchs?
Okay.
So he would know at least that I do have anarch inclinations.
Now you're fucking cooking.
Now you're cooking with vodka.
I mean, that's already the meal.
It's got potatoes in it. It's a starch.
What is
This
he,
is-
Irish?
This is why you drink or you eat your Wheaties in the morning. Because really, anything's better than the 3 shots of vodka I had. Well, let's see.
I told you where I was going, and Annabelle followed.
I don't think he has an address for the old priest.
Okay, I heard, if I recall correctly, I couldn't hear everything. I heard Anarch, and I think I got a name as well.
If I remember correctly, I gave you 4 words. I think I gave you Anarch, Julius, April,
Julius.
and I think the 4th one was like something stupid. Wingman.
Oh.
Okay.
Because you gotta throw in the stupid one.
Iceman.
And I believe Julius was the leader of a gang?
Anarch cells usually are types of gangs. Also, anarchs might call their coteries gangs. So yes, there are 2 anarch gangs remaining in the city that Horwood and his gangrel were unable to chase out.
Now, do I know what these 2 gangs are then?
What do you mean?
Do I know what their colors are?
No, you probably wouldn't have any distinguishing iconography.
That means I do need a final fuego then. Which I don't know where he is.
Just put the El Fuego light on.
Ah, there we go.
The El Fuego.
You
signal.
set a building on fire.
Someone is
Hey,
calling
summon
me.
you, El Fuego.
Then I'll start making at least my way down to Spanish Town in hopes to at least maybe find where his haven is, because I think at this point it would be minorly obvious that he would be somewhere where fitness is involved, or at least where his show is involved with.
Okay, you know what? I like that. I think that's a very analytical way to approach the problem, so no dice rolls. You start kind of looking for gyms and fitness areas in Spanish Town. You can probably, after a while, figure out like where he's headed. Now, the question becomes, what is El Fuego and Annabelle going to do after you leave Father Canaveral's house?
Well, my plan was actually just to head back to my my haven
Stupendous.
and
And
just
you,
kind of keep
Adam?
an eye out for anything shifty.
Yeah, same.
He's also gonna go back to
Your haven. It's a.
You just show up and bang on Xavier's door. Is that food? I'm starving.
Like, instead
I
of
brought
ramen
you
noodles-
tequila.
If you eat that food, I will end you.
Joke's on you. I'm already in your house eating the food.
Mazzy,
son of a
I
bitch.
can't even lie. I absolutely love that song. I'm not even. Self-respect goes out the window when I admit that. I realize that, but I do. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
If you tip the stream enough money, he'll do the dance too.
There's a dance?
The one that Terry Crews does in White Chicks.
I haven't
My
seen
favorite
White Chicks enough
Terry
times to
Crews.
learn the dance.
It's more like just moving side to side kind of thing.
The dance that Terry Crews does to the Vanessa Carlton song?
Did you say Mean Girl?
I thought I said White Chicks. I might have said, I don't know.
I don't know. I might have heard you wrong, but I swear to God, you said Mean Girl.
Did I say Mean Girls? Chat, did I say Mean Girls?
Maybe, I don't know.
I heard white chicks.
Okay.
As did I.
Well, Tom and Xavier say you're fucking wrong.
Hey now.
This is why we get bad reps.
We're actually super kind, nice citizens that help out with the community.
All right.
Allegedly.
So,
Man, you should put your fucking one up.
Annabelle, you're basically going home, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
she has a stream.
You know my 5 o'clock stream, Chaz?
The 5 a.m. stream.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
hey,
do
hey,
reviews on it.
she's a working girl, all right? Thoughts don't get a break.
Sorry.
All right, so then, Kalishnikov. So, El Fuego, as you make your way back to your haven, you see Kalishnikov sort of standing stoically in the shadows, leaning against a wall. Right, probably outside of the gym. But
Or inside.
that's a damn good fucking point. You can go wherever the hell you want.
If you try to drop on me spider style,
Gonna come on him like a spider monkey.
Ref didn't see it, didn't happen.
oh my god, where is the ref looking?
He came up behind me with the foreign object. He should have been disqualified.
Ref didn't see it, didn't happen. No, but I will wait inside the gym.
Okay. El Fuego. You unlock your haven. And as you turn it around again to lock it from the inside, the hairs on the back of your neck prickle up. And you suddenly realize that you are not alone in here.
Whoever is there, reveal yourself. I do not like to play these games.
I guess I'll walk out of the shadows. Oh, right, you can't see in the dark. Right, Xavier?
No!
I think we would have twice our subscribers if we could just trigger Xavier into a rant once an episode.
People want to see me just for that.
I think we could decently have a chance at marketing you as the Lewis Black of tabletop RPGs.
I'm like, Kalishnikov. For some reason, this does not surprise me.
Then I need to start staying outside. People won't expect me outside.
I suppose you are not here for a sparring match.
Niet, Julius.
What do
Orange?
you wish to know of this Julius? I must confess I do not know much about him myself. I was hoping to meet with him.
Where is he and where can I find him and his ilk?
Did DJ Hackett tell me where to find him?
Nope. She said she would get a hold of him the next time he came in and try to arrange some kind of meeting or inform him that you wanted to speak to him. But she didn't actually have any contact info for him specifically, nor does she for you. She's just kind of an intermediary that you both talk to.
Yeah, well, I told him where to find me at the gym.
Yes, you did. So they have an address for you, but you don't actually have any information going the other way around.
Yeah. Well, Kalishnikov, I am afraid that I do not have that sort of information for you. I was told that they would get in contact with me. What is the reasoning for your wish to meet this Julius?
He has variable info.
See, Chris gets what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the sale.
Ike?
Like, yeah.
All right, sorry, you were saying.
No, I explained the situation to Kalishnikov. I was hoping they would be here soon. Not tonight, but hopefully before Sunday. Should you wish to meet me here rather than our joint haven?
I'll be nearby.
I will keep an eye out for the shadows then.
And then with that, I will walk out the locked door.
Aha, but there can't be shadows without light, so just turn off all the lights.
No one can see. It's
Like, take that.
Take that, Gangrel. Oh, no, wait!
Okay. So, I mean, are you good with that? Does that...
Unfortunately, at this hour of the night, there's not a lot I can do.
It is 11:45, yeah.
Well, that too. I meant within the fiction.
well, McDonald's is still open.
I'm gonna try to find a vacant apartment nearby the gym, preferably a place with a window where that I can, see the gym.
That shouldn't be terribly difficult at all. Let's call that Resolve Insight. And I'm going to put that at a difficulty 3 for you.
Where the hell is Insight? Oh, there it is.
It's next to incest.
Tune into the HLC for that tag someday.
That I only got 2 successes. I'll spend a willpower though.
Okay? You get to reroll 3 non-hunger dice.
Yay! That's 2 more successes.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. So, there's probably some, like, small apartments across the street. Why not? And with your infiltration specialties, you are very well able to lever open a window or something, climb inside. The place still reeks of fresh paint. Like they're trying to get it ready for maybe a new tenant. You can see that there's plastic covering some of the linoleum floor. The workers have left ladders or maybe paint rollers and stuff laying around.
That's risky.
Risky business.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, is there any tools laying around?
Yeah. Theoretically, anything you want. What are you looking for?
Just something like a saw.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
A squad assault weapon? Well, that's pretty,
That's pretty bold. All right. What I want to do is I want to cut out like a small enough area in one of the closets, not to where it's going towards another apartment, just adjacent, and just be able to like put it back up in case somebody wants to showcase the place.
I think I understand. So are you trying to carve out like a cubby hole for yourself?
Pretty much.
Okay. You think you have enough space for that with the way like how thin apartment walls are?
Well, like I said, it's not going to be the hole won't be parallel with the apartment. The other apartment will be or like perpendicular, is what I meant to say, not adjacent.
Okay. Okay, why not?
Basically, if they were to open that wall, I'd look like Dracula. I'll be standing up, sleeping, basically.
I think I understand what you're talking about. Okay. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So you carve out this little hole in the closet and you situate yourself into the niche. And is that it for you? You sort of bed down for the night?
Well, I'm gonna do that when the sun starts rising, basically. Otherwise, I'm scoping out the gym.
Okay, so you're basically staking it out for a while.
Yeah,
Jim the Cactus?
yeah. He got 8, yo.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah, the night passes uneventfully. There's maybe 1 or 2 people walking down the street. You're not quite sure what their aims are, but they're out of your field of vision before they accomplish anything shady. El Fuego, do you do anything weird that he might be spying on?
Probably doing bodyweight exercises on the roof.
Okay, you watch him do that for a while. The sun...
Do you...
Huh?
Do you try to take off the mask and then just like burns your hands? It's like, I can't take off the mask because someone's watching me. Enemies are nearby.
Fucking eternal darkness.
Alright. Hours bleed by. Rafael Rosales flicks off the television, closes the door, and locks it to ensure that Carlito might not accidentally disturb his slumber. Climbs into his bed. Annabella Hagau goes to her bedroom, collapses on a Tamaki hug pillow, and awaits the rise of the sun.
Yo.
El
Staring
Fuego. How
at
exactly
it.
does El Fuego sleep?
Well, I said my haven is an abandoned boxing gym, so I imagine it has like one of those kind of like underground lockers underneath with like a manager's office, and I have like black window at the manager's office, and I sleep in there.
I'm cool with that. So this gym, is it still in operation?
No.
Okay, so it's an abandoned gym. Got it. Okay, in which case, yeah, absolutely. I guess you have a mattress on the floor of the manager's office or something, able to black out the windows, and you can feel that creep of death overtake you as the sun climbs higher. Kalishnikov, you settle into your niche that you've carved into the side of the closet. The cold numbness of the grave begins to climb its way up your extremities. You can feel your brain passing into what something that feels vaguely like what you remember slumber feeling like when you were living it is something entirely other. You close the door as close the door of the closet as the first few rays of sunlight begin to trickle above the horizon. And that is where the night ends. So, being nearly midnight, we're going to go ahead and call it there. We will start with the next night, next session. So now, everybody's favorite part. That's going to be 3 XP for everybody.
Oh boy. Oh man, that's 3 sessions worth of XP.
Yay!
I'm
One
a
for every
nice
hour.
ST. Now, those of you who are new, if you haven't been around, we have a tradition. It is a house rule that I stole from my friend Ted, who also runs World of Darkness. He prefers Chronicles, though. Anyway, at the end of the session, we allow votes for one player to get 1 additional XP. You just have to justify it, but it could be for any reason. Funniest joke, best role play, help move the session forward, whatever it is. So, chat, you get to vote who gets the extra XP. While we're waiting on them to vote, what do you guys think? Who gets the extra XP this session? Oh wait, hang on. I have made the folly of not taking out my pad to record notes previously.
Who did stuff?
I'm gonna have to give it to El Fuego for being a plot device.
I will give it to Rafael for
Did you see the
trying to bed the nun for finding the heroine of the protagonist.
Oh,
I mean the story. Sorry,
I actually think that's going to end up being an interesting bit of interaction for
the heroine
It
ending.
was also
for never mind.
Hey, other heroines can come up, and then we're just gonna be playing Monster Prom.
Good night, Naughty Crumb Bum. Thanks for watching. I stream. I think I told you this
Bye-bye.
before. I streamed Monster Prom with Raven last night. I got fucking completely shot down by Vera, but she, after 5 tries, actually ended up with Liam. So congratulations to her.
After 5 tries?
Yeah, it took her 5 tries to get Liam.
He's the biggest fuckboy douche ever. Come on.
I
Like,
hate
took me 5
Liam.
tries to get him.
Well, apparently, fucking the ghost chicks are the hardest one to get.
She's a hoe, though.
Okay.
My vote goes to Raphael.
Okay, why are you voting for Raphael?
He tried to do stuff.
Okay.
He tried. He tried his best.
Adam, where's your vote going?
Kalishnikov for going to the locked doggy door. It wasn't locked.
All right, Yusuf. You're voting for Xavier as well. Would you like to explain why? Chris313 All Night also votes for Xavier for macking on the nun. Mazzy votes either Kalishnikov for sneaking into houses or Raphael for his nun love. People are just digging on that fetish.
They really want to see this happen now.
You do have to pick one, Mazzy. So who is it going to be?
You want to see the live action?
It's gonna be Xavier, no matter what.
Cosmic! Hello, Cosmic. I am so terribly sorry. I didn't see you log on earlier. But welcome.
Cosmic's been here since the beginning, since before we started.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Cosmic. I'm a terrible friend. I apologize. Please forgive me. And one day I'll have to sit down with you for that Russian lesson, but I apologize profusely.
So feel free to cuss him out in Russian. He won't know what's going on.
I really
You also
won't.
probably wouldn't be able to
But
read
Google
it.
will. But Google Translate will.
All right, I think Xavier took this one running away, so...
Yay.
It was the nun.
So, does anybody want to spend XP on anything? Now, there's the only one stipulation is with disciplines. In order to raise a discipline, you have to feed on somebody with the correct emotional resonance. And each discipline appeals to a different emotion. Or I should say emotional resonance.
None of us bet today,
Huh?
or this session.
None of those fit. I also don't think we have enough to upgrade.
Well,
Actually,
I'm just letting you guys know. Now, I do want to enforce the resonance thing because I think it's also super evocative of the vampire, and I think having to hunt down a particular target in a particular emotional state could make for some really interesting role playing.
But what if you get a discipline on accident from defeating on somebody? You're just like, God damn it, you took my XP.
Oh no, that's not how it works. You have to choose to spend the discipline. Or no, you have to choose to spend the XP to bump up the discipline. It works the same way as ever. It's just instead of, in the previous rules was you had to use it that session in order to upgrade it. They just changed it. You have to feed on someone with the right resonance to upgrade it. Because the lore is that that's where the discipline comes from, is the emotions in the blood. Now,
Yeah, so wouldn't it be weird for you to just feed on somebody and then get... Because I don't know how you actively choose in the lore of the game to spend your XP.
so you're not spending XP in the lore of the game. What's actually happening is you feed on this particular kind of blood that is charged with this kind of emotion, and it is elevating the powers associated with it. The in-universe character isn't making that decision. You as the player are making that decision. So mechanically, you don't lose control. You can't accidentally have XP taken away from you to give you a dot you don't want. That doesn't happen.
I feel like it should, though, at this rate.
You can. Now, what can happen is if you feed on somebody with a particularly strong resonance, you actually get free XP to apply to a discipline connected with that. But it doesn't like rob you of the XP that you've earned.
I like the old way.
All right,
The
so,
old- no.
all right, nobody's spending stuff?
Not this
I don't know how.
Nah, because emotions are gay.
Attributes are fucking expensive.
Not, I mean, they're less expensive than attributes.
Because what is it? New rating times 6?
No, it's new rating times 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
These XP requirements are bananas for a game
BANANANS.
that is only ever gonna give you one. It's supposed to give you one.
And I house ruled that, so what's the issue?
And the issue's not with you; it's with the system that doesn't respect your time. Like, am I supposed to be playing this with my friends every day after school?
And the next,
And then after 2 weeks, I might be able to get something increased. Because goddamn.
actually, it'd be closer to 3 weeks, depending on what you're leveling.
I do understand the concern. That's the main reason why I chose to ignore that particular rule in XP.
Arigato, Yusuf.
Is that it for tonight then?
All right, I think so. So, you guys, thanks so much, you wonderful people, for joining us. We appreciate every single one of you. Yusuf, you're a fucking pimp for bringing in your friends tonight. Thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, please follow. If you really, really, really like what we do have a Patreon that helps us get better equipment and hopefully do the gooder. We also have subscriptions on Twitch, if that's more your thing. Maybe you have Amazon Prime and nothing to do with the subscription. We'll take it. Beyond that, please follow us on social media. That's the best way for me to get a hold of you guys if something happens and the stream doesn't happen. You folks are fantastic. I really appreciate you. Thank you all. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good fight.